You lose 2 to 3 pounds. You feel like it's finally working. And then one weekend, one slip, 1 week where life gets in the way, and it's right back on. And it's an evil cycle. A few pounds off, a few more on. A few pounds off, a few more on. And you feel like a failure. You feel like you can't stick to any type of plan, and you feel like you're the only one that this is happening to. Instead, what's happening with your metabolism is that it runs on hormones. It does not run on willpower, especially after 50. So these plans that you're following are not built to support your hormones, no matter how hard or how well or how strict you follow it. So if every diet plan and everything that you keep following keeps handing you back the same few pounds that you keep losing, well, you just don't keep doing it. That's the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Instead, you need a different structure. I've spent the last 15 years of my 30-year career of focusing on one thing and one thing only, is understanding a woman's metabolism over 40. And I'm gonna give you the exact plan that I would hand a client that's tired of losing that same 2 to 3 pounds over and over and over again. 4 pillars, no restriction, no stressing your body out, and no starting all over on Monday. Now, before I give you this plan, I want to be clear with you. This is not a customized plan. You see, you fall within one of the 6 body types. I call it the hormone macro body type. And when you identify where you fall within that 6, then you can design a customized plan from your macros to your fasting schedule, to your workouts, to your supplementation, to your peptide protocols, and even your lifestyle habits. And when you do that, then you're actually focused on a system that's designed exactly for your body, so you're not guessing. The link's below, but if you're not ready for that, that's completely okay. Here's the plan that I'm going to give you in the meantime. Pillar number 1, and this one has nothing to do with food or exercise, and has everything to do with the first thing that you do when you wake up. And it might be that reason why that belly fat won't move. You see, as we start to mature, we go through perimenopause and menopause, our estrogen starts to decline. And that decline in estrogen is what keeps our cortisol in check. It acts as a buffer to keep us leveled out. So that morning rise in cortisol, which is natural, actually elevates even higher through perimenopause and menopause. Now, here's how you can actually bring it down naturally, and this is what I do. First thing in the morning, I always have a full glass of water. I make sure that I get morning sunlight, and I do a walk to naturally bring down my cortisol. And I wait 60 to 90 minutes before having any type of coffee or caffeine. This is going to help support that level of bringing down cortisol to help reduce or release that belly fat. And my go-to drink is actually, I do water with apple cider vinegar, with lemon juice, and a pinch of mineral sea salt. Quick gut check before we move on. Comment in the comments. Morning, if you're already doing any of this, or new, if this is completely new to you. And pillar number 2, it's not eat more protein. It's more focusing on the amount, the number that you need, that most women, especially over 50, are not hitting at all. When it comes to your protein, you're gonna aim for at least 1 gram per 1 pound of lean body mass and or your ideal weight. And let me be clear, you should not be getting less than 100 grams of protein per day unless you weigh less than 100 pounds. Now, the next part of that, when you have your first meal or you break your fast, you call it breakfast, whatever you want to call it, you're going to aim for front loading your protein. For every meal, you want to get in at least 25 to 35 grams of protein in, but for your first meal, make sure that it's protein heavy, that you have vegetables that are full of fiber like asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, whatever you like, and then a good fat. I'm not saying cut out starches, you're just not going to do them for your first meal. Don't make your protein the afterthought. So at every meal, I want you to picture this, at least 1 palm-sized piece of protein. That's the thickness of a deck of cards. A fistful of vegetables. You can do more than that, but at least a fistful of vegetables and about 2 to 3 fingers. Sometimes we like some fat of good fat, avocado, coconut oil, MCT oils, anything that's actually a good healthy fat. That is roughly one meal hitting the target for you. Pillar number 3, now this one is one that women are either doing wrong or they're avoiding it altogether. You want to strength train. You want to lift heavy things and put them down. Strength train at least 2 to 3 times per week. You don't need any more than that. And then you want to walk daily. Now, if you're new to strength training, you can start with just body weight, doing chair squats, doing a 30-second, 15 to 30 second, up to a minute when it comes to planks, doing modified push-ups. You start from there, that's a foundation, and then you can build up in strength. And when it comes to walking, your base should be at least 7,500 steps with a goal of anywhere from 10 to 15,000 steps per day. And pillar number 4, this is one that most women skip or just ignore altogether because they feel like they're not really doing anything, and that's making sure that you get rest. Poor sleep and elevated cortisol are big culprits to belly fat, but not only that, when we have constant elevated cortisol, that's going to disrupt our insulin sensitivity. That's why studies are showing when we don't have proper sleep, when we don't recover well, when we have elevated cortisol, our body goes into fat storing mode, not fat burning mode. Now, you want to aim for anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Lydia, I really do try to get the 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but my body won't let me. I'm a night owl. I'm tired but wired, and that's exactly why you need to focus on this. So if that's you, we want to start looking at the last 60 to 90 minutes before you go to bed. Are you on your cell phone? Are you watching something on TV that's overstimulating your brain? Are you answering emails and texts? Are you doing the doom scroll? Whatever it is, are you going back through your day and trying to think of all the things that you have to get done? Do this instead. You want to start putting your cell phone away. I personally have boundaries. My boundary is 8 p.m., my phone gets away, and I do watch TV, but it has to be mindless drivel. I don't want anything that's going to make me think. I won't talk about business, and I won't get on my computer. We make sure that we turn our temperature down in our house to make sure it's nice and cool, because that's going to help you sleep, and we don't take our cell phones to bed. So think about that. That simple wind down can make a huge difference in your quality of sleep. Even if you're getting a solid 7 hours versus all broken up, that's going to help. Now, sleep is not the only place that we recover. I want to go back to the strength training. I said 2 to 3 days. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're giving your body, your central nervous system, a rest between your workouts. Do not do back-to-back strength training sessions. So do maybe like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, right? You walk every day, but you don't strength train every day. And understand, recovery is not optional after 50. And actually, it's not even just after 50. Recovery is not optional. It should be part of everyone's lifestyle, quality of life plan. And here's one thing that I want you to sit with. Your body is the one body that you've been given to steward. And it's the one that you get to live in for the rest of your life. So taking care of it isn't vanity, it's being responsible. So I want you to ask yourself each week, did I care for my body this week? Or did I run it into the ground hoping that it would hold up? So let's bring this together. Your morning sets the tone. It's going to bring your cortisol down. So what do? We do water first thing, refrain from any type of caffeine or coffee 60 to 90 minutes, get morning light, and go for a walk. Then you front load your protein at every meal, but your first meal, make sure that it's protein, vegetables, and quality fat, no starch, save the starch for later. Strength train at least 3 days a week and walk daily, not only to protect your metabolism, but to protect your independence and protect your sleep and recovery, because none of the first 3 pillars work if your body never gets rest. 4 pillars: no dieting, no restriction, no stress, and no starting over on Monday. So if you're going to start this, I want to know which pillar are you going to start with. Go ahead and comment in the comments, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you want a plan built around your specific hormone macro body type instead of the general version, the link's below for the quiz, and I'll see you in the next episode.